Guys, without further ado, we are diving on in. Look at me, beautiful green screen. Professional. Made it worse. Jesus Christ. Ugh, it'll do. Alright guys, thank you very much for hanging out. I'm moving reality. I do magic. I do magic. You guys fail your eye test? Yeah. Alright. So guys, sorry for the delay. Didn't get my settings up to date before the thing because I'm a dummy. And there we go. Alright guys, so welcome. This is a little show match. So we're already a minute into the first game. It is of course between, down here in the bottom right hand side in the blue, the North American Terran, used to go by the name of Tesla, has been signed up by Root Gaming as an up-and-coming pro gamer, and of course rebranded himself as Rob, which I believe is his human name. It's Rob. Gonna be going Cybercore first. Now Rob has a 90% win rate in PvT, Protoss vs Terran, on the NA ladder. And he thinks it's unfair, and he loves it, and he loves this matchup, and he thinks he's OP, and he can't be stopped. Now, he's scouted down here. This is a double barracks, double reactor opening. This is a mass Reaper, one base all in from control. This is some of the jankiest shit I have seen in a long time. I don't think Rob realizes what he's up against. I mean, you see a reactor first double gas, you gotta know there's some crazy shit coming your way, right? But you're worried about a factory being out of the map. You're worried about a lot of things. This SCV is pretending it wants to take that expansion. I mean, this is a crazy Reaper pressure that's going to come out. I don't think there's any way he puts a command center down for another minute or two. So up here in the top left, the Korean amateur, I guess we can call him, Terran, it's control. So what's cool is Koreans, there's a lot of amateurs who are incredibly talented. He even just shows the Reapers. Interesting. I thought he might only show one of those. And he just put the command center down straight away. There's a lot of very talented amateurs, but Koreans just play crazy aggressive guys. That adept needs to go home. What are you doing, Rob? Oh, he's looking for the tech because he's thinking, oh, 2 Reapers, yeah, but you know, you're just chilling. Oh, he's going Robo here. Oh man, he has no idea about that Macarax that got hidden there. It's actually a really clever build. There's gonna be like an 8 or 10 or 12 Reaper time. It's gonna be very scary for Rob. I like the Stalker and the Shield Battery. He's walled off the jump-in point on the high ground. He's got 2 Stalkers out. He's gonna need every gateway unit together. Now, he might lose that adept. Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh, he's gonna get it? He gets a Reaper, that's a huge snipe. The problem here is these Reapers get out of control. If they can get to like 10, 12 Reapers, they just start bouncing your units around and going crazy. And now Rob knows, he's like, oh, you're gonna try and run in with like Reaper Hellion or something? So he's kind of getting a semi-wall off, building more gateways. His warp gate's almost done. He's building an observer to get some forward vision. He's trying to guard. Meanwhile, engineering bay and a 3rd barrack. So it's going to be a bio transition behind this. But you see that production tab. Mass Reapers still in production right now for control. This is just insane because this is like, is the ultimate NA PvT abuser going to be able to just crush some crazy aggressive Korean Terran? I don't know, man. Twilight's on the way. He doesn't have a lot of gateway units. He needs to build more gateway units. That right now is 7 Reapers. That's a scary number. I mean, he's got the shield battery, so he's fine for now. And because there's only one way in, this wall off is so nice. Those Reapers can't get in and run circles. If those Reapers get in a mineral line, you're in trouble. He sees more Reapers coming. I mean, Tesla's got to know. He's got to warp in more Stalkers. Stalkers because they're armored units, and they've just got lots of hit points. Of course, Reapers don't actually do bonus damage to light anymore. But Stalkers have the range. The problem with the Adepts is they attack kind of slowly. They're shorter range than the Reaper. So when there's a ton of them, sometimes your Adepts just end up getting bounced around and not really able to fire that frequently. While Stalkers obviously are always going to get their shots off from longer range away. One Reaper goes down. just for a bit of shield battery energy. He's very happy for that. Marine's coming out now for Control, who is way down in economy for a long time in this game, is finally starting to catch up, but I don't know, man. A couple Reapers go down. One Stalker falls, but third Command Center going down on time. Tesla maintaining the economic position. He's got Blink on the way. I mean, the problem, of course, with this position is Tesla's kind of forced to mass Stalkers, and that third Nexus could have been massively delayed, but he's getting the third on time. Third base for Control is minutes away. Starting the factory at a decent time, so does want to get into medevacs. Starting Marine Marauder production. I mean, these units can do pretty well. Blink's not ready quite yet. Mass Grenade goes down, but only bruises a Stalker and uses a bit of shield battery energy. Not a big deal. Rob just guarding very well here. I'd like to see some double upgrades, though. Okay, Scan goes down, sees no third base, sees Marine production, Marauder production. What's the response here from Rob? Right now, you've got 10 Stalkers. If you keep massing Stalkers, you can wear down this Bio Army in medium numbers, but you are delaying your upgrades, your Charge, your Colossus, whatever that next step is going to be. That Pylon almost goes down, but the Reaper's respecting those Stalkers, and they do fall back there. Yeah, so Rob is going to go Forge, more Gateways, and Charge. Yeah, he really just wants to make sure he doesn't die, and I think this is the right call. Look at that, because there's a scary timing, and the thing is, these Stalkers haven't been able to wear this down, so the Reapers actually strengthen the follow-up push, because normally Stalkers would have picked off half this army by the time it gets across the map. He hasn't been able to do that. Only now is he thinking about being able to pick this off. He's making sentries. Yeah, Force Fields is the right call there. Oh, a couple good Force Fields could be massive. Oh, he stims through it. He's stimming through it. He's just going to go full YOLO here. Those Stalkers getting focused down here. A crazy attack here from Control. The YOLO is strong with this one. I like it. Yeah, he's going to have to evacuate those probes. Charge is not done. The Zealots aren't done just yet. Remember, though, no medevacs just yet. Good blinkaways. And if he re-engages with these Stalkers, he might be able to keep this Nexus alive. Yeah. Okay, now that he's got to keep the Nexus alive, because he sacrificed a lot of Stalkers, pulls the probes in, pulls them away after they absorb some damage. Oh my god, keeps 9 Stalkers alive here. 60 probes versus 44 SCVs. Third Command Center hasn't even started. Tesla realizes he can start his upgrades now. He's got to get that Forge rolling, start making Charge Zealots. He's making a 4th Nexus. He's up against a 2-base opponent who's going 5 barracks on 2 base. And a Ghost Academy. It's going to be a complete all-in attack with 1-1 upgrades here for Control. There's no way Control bothers with an armory. Staying on 2 bases means you've got to win this in the next couple of minutes. So it's going to be just 1-1, getting out maybe 1 or 2 Ghosts, and then going from there. The Stalkers blink forward, that medevac surviving. Couple Marauders going down, though. Marauders, very expensive units. Great focus fire by Rob. He'd love to finish that medevac. Ooh, that Marauder. He's going to sack the Stalker for it. Oh, he tried to just send 1 Stalker to finish off that Marauder. Nicely done, though. Rob getting value out of the Stalkers. He's warping in 8 more Stalkers, realizing, hey, I can pick away with these units pretty much forever. You can see Rob has kind of like a hero style attack upgrades, no double forge, and always opts for a lot of blink Stalkers and a lot of micro. This is not your stats, your zest, your classic, you're literally any other Protoss player out there who's more upgrade and splash damage focused. He's all about momentum and kind of carrying it through, and he still gets expansions up with it. So don't get me wrong, he's got more economy, whereas Hero will probably sit on 55 probes for the entire game sometimes and not build any more. Or sometimes will go no forges while his opponent has 2-2 upgrades and still win the game, as we saw with Hero vs TY, with some ridiculous 3 Stargate into mass Blink Stalker plays. But Tesla here is a similar brand of Protoss. Right now, though, lots of Stalkers at home. This drop's going to come in, sees a 4th, and is like, oh, are you kidding me? You've got a 4th base? Oh, Rob! Rob. I'm pretty sure he had vision of that, but he's not watching right now. And those are going to be big, juicy hits. Bam, bam. Oh, that second one derped a bit. It should have fired over there. Stupid if you don't mind. Stalkers here. Looks like they'll shoot that down. Nicely done. So he's gone for 24 Blink Stalkers here. 10 Zealots. +1 attack. This is so weird. And it's a good way of playing, because Stalkers are just an awesome unit if you micro them correctly. It's just, I'm so bad with Blink Stalkers, I feel so uncomfortable looking at that army composition. I want to make an A-move army. I want to make like mass 2-2 Charge Zealots where I just go attack, move, because that's like the Zerg player within me, you know? I always like to just make an army that's better than my opponents without me controlling it. Whereas Rob here is like, no, I'll win by controlling my army. Picks off a Widowmine, blinks away, and this is still kind of scary. He doesn't have any force fields to go with this. 2-1 upgrades are on the way, but they're not going to be ready in time. He's got a lot of Zealots, but the Drilly Boys are here. Oh, shield batteries here. The Zealots are going to start to go in, but he did waste a few charges on them. Oh, some EMPs landing on some of the Zealots. Not too many of them. Good spreads on the Zealots. They're trying to absorb those Widowmine shots without all going down. He's now going to go in again, but those Zealots kind of going in and out and taking a lot of shots. I think he might just have enough Stalkers, though. Remember, the upgrade advantage goes to Control, but those Medevacs are almost completely out of energy right now. Another Zealot warp-in would be so important. There's 9 gateways and a few more Zealot warp-ins starting to come forward. This army is getting worn down just so slowly. This is such a desperate all-in from Control. Remember, Control needs to crush him here. He needs to break through, kill the 3rd and the 4th. Can't quite do it. And does end up being held. That was okay. I think I've seen this sort of Terran. So I don't play Korean ladder anymore, guys, but that was my training ground as a pro player in years past. And there was a portion of ladder I like to call the Twilight Zone. Arguably, it starts as soon as maybe high diamond, like diamond 1, but basically there's low masters, say masters 3 through to the bottom of GM, but especially masters 1, there's a lot of this. There's these players who have these very specific skill sets where it's like, it's full on looking into the upside down shit, where like that guy's probably done that double reactor barracks, like what was that, 12, 14 Reaper opening? He's probably done that 4,000 times on the ladder to the point where it is so well refined. And there's so many players like this on Korea, because Korea is always more about getting your reps down, refining and executing well. It's a lot about, let's try and be aggressive to my opponent, attack, 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 and then practice it so many times that it becomes insane. So you get to these points where you're playing these guys who are terrible. Don't get me wrong, Control would be on the higher end of this by far. He's clearly a much more well-rounded player. But like on the bottom end of the Twilight Zone, you get players who are like, oh my god, this guy's microing, and you feel like you're playing Maru. And then you realize he like hasn't dropped a mule in 5 minutes and has 200 energy on his like 1 orbital command center. And you're like, he must have 3 bases right now. And you finally like break out of your defense and you're like, wait, this guy like didn't, or he was supply blocked for 3 minutes or something because he was microing so hard. And you're like, oh, he's like, this player is terrible. Like this awesome micro of X units is like the one thing he did well, right? But he doesn't have a lot to back it up, right? Or they'll have an aggressive transition into another really good aggressive transition and another really good aggressive transition. But there's like always a point where there's like a jagged fall off where they've ignored the other areas of their game. So I always called it the Twilight Zone because you could play someone who was, in terms of the overall skills of StarCraft, way worse than you as a player. But it would feel like you were playing someone way better than you. It would feel like they were all over you and you're like, they must have so many bases behind this, they must have this and this. And then you'd always finally just break out of this pressure and go, wait a second, he's got friggin' nothing. And you'd eventually get to this point where you go, okay, you know what? I am gonna actually try and I'm gonna try and slap their pressure down more. I'm gonna stop always assuming the next step is an economic step. You know, these players, very good aggressive follow-ups, very good timing attacks, and there's usually multiple kind of branches in their builds which take the fight to their opponent. And that's kind of the people talk about like ladder shock. You get like a culture shock when you go on the styles on the Korean ladder, because people play so aggressively and it feels like a player in Gold League will micro his Reaper and kill 3 probes and you'll go, what the frick? I've never seen someone microing this good in Gold. And I mean, like, he's not building anything behind it though, right? So there's a lot of like real micro aggressive focused fancy little aggressive maneuvers and tactics, but very rarely does the macro happen in even amounts to the micro. So from that game, I feel like Control is probably one of these, like, a little bit of that Twilight Zone influencing his play. I mean, double reactor Reaper with a hidden second barracks is just wild. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna put Control in a box just yet, but some very Korean ladder style of play in that game 1. Just keep you at home with the Reapers, keep you busy, bam, hit a big Marine Marauder timing. And the thing is, after that Marine Marauder timing was held, it was basically over from there. Rob was way ahead. Even though the last fight looked kind of close, that's because Rob was literally going to double the work account. If Rob had stopped the work account a bit lower, instead gone for some faster upgrades or some splash damage or something, probably would have done very, very, very well. What are my thoughts on the balance patch full review? I've only watched a little bit of that Gandalf. If you type !patch, you can see my first impressions. It's only me talking to Twitch chat, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of issues I don't touch on nearly as much as No Regret and Artosis. And obviously No Regret brings a in-depth, by the way, for you guys who can't see chat, who are watching on YouTube or whatever, they did an overview on in-depth of the balance changes, 2 hours of Artosis and No Regret talking about it. And No Regret brings that pro player attitude where he's like, oh, this is really powerful. He's saying like BC openings are out of date. This is really out of date. These changes are all addressing BC openings, that's out of date. The thing is, like, these changes often are talking about things that are a couple weeks behind because they're not living in a team house playing 1,000 games a week. Whereas if you're living in a team house with pro players, you see so many repetitions of games that the meta shifts a lot quicker. It's always going to be the case that the balance is like a little bit behind the most meta openings. But it's interesting because you learn so much about pro play whenever you hear No Regret talking. Oh, he's going to let that finish. He's going to see, oh man, second barracks and a third command center in here. No, this is really bad for control. Yeah, I mean, if I was Tesla, I would just try to get that adept out. I'd hide the shade there and recall. Yeah, recall. No? Finds the command center. Oh, if he can get that, that's huge. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, he's going to try to recall to a corner. So what you do is you go, get to a corner, and then you recall instantly. Will he get it? He's not going to go... Oh, he's going to go for another cancel. Oh, he's going to tilt the shit out of him. I mean, okay, the command center finishes, and... Oh, he doesn't quite get it. Okay, he doesn't quite get it. Control... Feels good about that. Third Nexus goes down immediately in response. Rob's like, that's fine. I'm just going to defend, dude. Yeah, you should leave that Stalker there. Yeah. So we've got 2 Stalkers. Robo going down. Blink's on the way. Reaper comes forward. Stalker says, get out of my base, dickhead. And, oh, he might even get it. Reaper not being watched. Control, run! Run, Control. That's a shame. All right. So, yeah, Blink. Nice fast forge. Wait, did he build a Robo and then cancel a Robo? I think he cancelled a Robo, right? Maybe I was looking at things. No. Rob is a very reactive player. In case you guys haven't realized, that's a 4-minute 40 4th Nexus. He's like, oh, you're going 3 command center? You're not gonna have Stim or Metavacs or Liberators or Hellions literally forever? I can pin you back with a handful of Stalkers while going for +1 charge and 4 Nexi and chrono boosting probes nonstop for the next 5 minutes? I will do that. That's disgusting. Oh my god, people are saying if he keeps up this rate, he'll have a 11-minute 11th base. So hopefully, I'm hoping so. Oh man, these Stalkers are doing good damage, guys. That's some really nice damage. He does a scan, I think he thought there was an observer there. But the Robo's just finished. And the Prism's coming across the map. We've got 8 Stalkers coming. He's just going to let these Stalkers regen their shields. He's already worn down this army. This is a very bad position for control. Letting that Adept in has handed so much over to Rob. So the weakness of Rob's play, for those of you who don't know, a Blink play that doesn't get a sentry early on has no scouting, except for that Adept poke. If you don't let the Adept in, the Stalker player has no idea what you're doing. And even though they have the ultimate flexibility with the Blink Stalker, it can harass, it can defend. It's such a good unit. The problem is it can't force its way in, and any sort of observer, any sort of hallucination is massively delayed with the way Tesla played, with the way Rob played. So because the Adept got in, he not only had the nice Blink flexible opening, but he also had the information to go, oh, you're taking a fast third? I can just, look at this. Fully saturated third base probes spilling onto that 4th. Yes, that's 8 gateways building, guys. He's going up to 11 gateways already with +1 attack. He's going to make 40 Blink Stalkers and Charge Zealots, and he's going to kill him. Yeah, he's already got a Prism going in. He's like, yeah, let's hit the min. Oh, that's a nice bunker. I like that bunker. He's like, you're probably going to blink or drop back here. That's actually really cute. Stim's ready. There's a nice little spready of Marines and Marauders up front. But Stalker's like, oh, you're here. They just take a few shots, pick up a Marine, pull back, and we're going to see Zealots unload in the main. There's a turret there, but if he just... Ooh, there should be a sweet spot right there. Oh my god. Yeah, and he goes straight for it without even knowing. He was like, no, I want to warp in right on the edge. Zealots are there. Double drop picks up to respond, but there's Zealots in the mineral line, And now the Stalkers come with this Observer there as well. So the Zealots ransack that mineral line. The drop comes back. Nice micro with the SCVs blocking as well. So it looks like those Zealots, they are shift-clicked on the SCVs. Gets a lot of kills. Stalkers coming forward there as well into that third base. And they can blink out at any moment. He's going to try and drop onto the Stalkers. The Stalkers are going to try and punish that by focusing down a medevac. And then they will lose a few Stalkers on the retreat. But Prism ready to go back in. Oh, he goes for another warp in. Ultimate D-bag. He's got 70 probes behind this, up against now 46 SCVs. This is an unrecoverable situation for Control, guys. It does seem... sorry, guys, the scoreboard's been wrong this whole time because I'm a shitter. Oh, no, it was right, and then I accidentally swapped it with a hotkey press. Oh, I'm so bad! It does look like the Protoss 90% NA win rate is going to continue here against the Korean opponent, Control. Control... Oh, I mean, really, letting that Adept in, like I said, it just gave all the freedom in the world for Tesla. And this is not a flexible opening. Once he was scouted, there was no change-up you could do as Control. Because you've delayed your gas, you've gone fast third CC. You can't just go, oh, let's sell that command center and turn it into Hellions. Like, that doesn't, you can't do that in StarCraft. Any sort of super economy rush build, it's the most flexible a few minutes down the line, but right at that moment, you can't do shit with it. So the moment that was scouted, he screwed the pooch and, no! Oh! Tesla! He spotted the drop go away, but he didn't get it. Oh, he's gonna hit the front, that's why. Prism gets shot down! That time the Prism got shot down. Another turret there helping that out. What do we got, guys? 1-1 versus 1-1. Double Robo Colossus transition and a 5th base on the way. Has he taken a 6th gas? 6th gas goes down. 7th and 8th gas is going down. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Templar Archives and some more upgrades. Man, he's such a hero. Oh, there we go. Okay, Double Forge. He's not okay, he will finally transition to Double Forge. Do you guys watch Hero and TY in Super Tournament? Because I was watching it yesterday. I was like, make some upgrades! He just refuses to make upgrades, but then he does amazing things with the army that he's got out each time. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that, actually. I wish I wasn't so reliant on just sitting back and making upgrades in this matchup. So I like Rob's style, man. I feel like it's a very good style. Very micro-oriented. Not very good at watching the minimap, unfortunately. Damn, look at his economy. It's so small now, guys. How will he ever rebuild those 9 probes? He's only got 74 left. Oh, shit. Oh, he's only mining 30 zealots a minute, guys. Can you imagine that? Only 30 zealots a minute? How will he possibly ever make an army to overwhelm the Terran? I mean, the Terran's turtling up well, but he needs a wall off desperately. He needs to, like, have Vikings watching for any warp prisms trying to come in. And he needs to, like, just play the Mega Turtle style because he's not building tanks. It's just Biomine Ghost. And you're going into Double Robo Colossi. I feel like it's a checkmate. Like, I don't think... I think mines are worthless once you hit 4 Colossi in a frontal fight. I think... I also think that basically the ghosts aren't going to be very useful. Oh my god, not again. Rob! Oh no, that's going to be it. Oh, juicy. 7 probes. Comes back in there as well. Oh my lord, he's not watching again. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Okay, Rob's gigantic economy does finally start taking some damage. Still on 70 probes, and now he's going Stargates and Tempests. I think realizing Control's turtling up. Control's building Ghosts 2-2. Upgrades will be lined up here. Rob picks off I think that was a Marauder and blinks away. This Medevac's probably going to go down as well. The Stalkers say, nah, we'll let you home. Zealots there, Prism there. Can the Prism get in? I don't think so. I normally build 2 turrets there. And then, yeah, the turret here, because this is a common area. Technically, he could unload there. Left-hand side, no turret there. So a Prism could get in the left-hand side of the main, but he's not looking like he wants to go there just yet. These 4 Zealots will get caught out. Control will lose a few units to this. If you don't stutter step, Zealots are friggin' amazing units, man. Oh my god, he even gets that Marauder. Those Zealots traded just fine. Ugh. Uh-oh. That's a dead Medevac. A couple Marauders and a Medevac do go down. Oh, really? You're going to engage this? I mean, that's only... It is 4 Colossus. EMPs are good, but I mean, the problem is it's just... Ugh. If you had a full surround, maybe. But it's 2-2 versus 2-2, even with the EMPs taking the shields off for Colossus, man. And now he's so clumped up. 40 army supply lead. Oh, good pullback from the planetary. Good pullback from the planetary from Rob, and Rob should just fight now, yeah. Look at that. Pulls the Colossus back while the Zealots charge forwards. The SCVs are gone. And as I said, I mean, Rob's been so far ahead in this game. So far ahead, especially once he hit that first Zealot attack. Like, his opening was better, but then he found the timing to hit with the Zealots in the main base. And he went to like 80 probes versus 40, and it was like, you can't do shit from there, man. That's too much of a lead. That Observer survives. Medivacs, Vikings, Marauders trying to come out. Rob's in the rally point, and that's going to be a 2-0. Oh my. So Rob, you guys might know from WCSNA Challengers who plays very weird styles. He's been getting such good reads on what's going on and just doing textbook counters. Like, he's a bit slower than some players would be to go up into the splash damage and the upgrades. But we're not really seeing full Rob. Whereas if we saw Rob playing against like Massa, go look up Rob versus Massa. If you guys want to see him in his element when he's playing someone who's better than him and is a very scary Terran, look up Rob versus Massa. Any of the seasons from this year. They've played, I think, in every Challenger season. It's the funniest shit you guys have ever seen. This is live, guys. This is a live little show match. They just asked me, hey, do you want to cast it? And I was playing like shit on the ladder, so I was like, I will cast games instead of continuing to lose. We watched you wreck Rob last night, says Tech. I don't know if wreck's the right word. That was a very close game. Thankfully, he tried to go Void Rays against my Broodlords rather than just chronoing Blink. He was in chat before saying, man, I was so tilted by that game. I was like, yeah, I was really hoping you wouldn't just make Blink. He's like, yeah, no, I made a big brain move. I decided to chrono Void Rays out of one Stargate to counter the Broodlords. And I'm like, well, 8 Corruptors still beat 2 Void Rays. You need a lot more than that to deal with this. But good stuff. Any tips on what's the best way to start learning from my replays? I actually have a daily on that. How to analyze replays. I'm not sure. Do I talk about it in Welcome to StarCraft as well? I might talk about like analyzing your macro and stuff like that a little bit. I think I might have a video on that. It should be good. I think to sum it up, just make sure you actually have a build order first of all along Neckman. So if you're super new, like depending on your league, your build order could be pretty loose. But the idea is like, let me paint a picture. Bronze League, your build order, you should, people are like, oh, but I'm in bronze, you shouldn't have build, but you should. It just might be very vague. It might be like, I make mass Thors. But then, and this is obviously not exact, but then it's like, you're in Silver League, guess what? You memorize your opening build order to get to those mass Thors. You know the exact first few structures, what supply everything goes down. And then you're in Silver League. And then you go to Gold League and you're like, okay, I also memorized my expansion timing and when to take the gases here. And now I'm in Gold League. Then you're like, okay, what's Platinum? How do I improve my build again for Platinum? You're like, I know that I go 3 factories, then double armory, then a 3rd command center. You're like, whoa, the details. And you're in Diamond and you're like, well, when my opponent's going 1 base, I make sure I build a bunker and I put my command center back to the high ground to be safe. So there's like a thousand, basically it's just, you're continually getting more details in your build order. When you watch a replay, you're making sure you're actually executing your build order exactly the way you plan to. Because we often fuck things up and we don't even realize when we're making mistakes. And that's not just about, oh, I'm floating money, I need to spend money better. It's, well, am I actually following my build order? Yes or no? If this ends up being a 3-0, we might ask for a, it's a 1 base 2 racks. But he's not even hiding the barracks out of the map. Rob checked for proxies but didn't scout. This might actually work out for control. It's just Marine. So is he gonna go for a factory and a 2nd gas? Is it gonna be a 1 base 2-1-1? Or 1 base 3 racks? I am so curious where this is going to go, guys. This is a dirty build. But then he's still going to expand. So what's cool about this is your opponent's going to be so surprised by the timings you hit. The downside is your economy is so slowed down by this. So he's going, okay, Tech Lab Marauders with concussive Marines will be coming out of that. So it's going to be a weird Marauder Marine push with an expansion behind it into a follow-up 3-racks attack, I would imagine. Okay. Weird build. Rob has no idea what he's up against. Oracles, if you non-stop chrono Oracles, you might be able to just overwhelm the Marines. If you just have enough Adepts and Oracles, you just like click on the Marines, like shade in, click on the Marines, and your Oracles come in just after the Adepts engage, and you can just overpower the anti-air and then pick off the Marauders with Oracles. So this can go terribly for control. Or it can just basically win the game. You like catch the first Stalker, catch the second Stalker with concussive, where, you know, Oracle comes in, but you've got 6 Marines versus 1 Oracle. Bam, bam, you win the game. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So Stalker's going to come over, and that's a nice start to things, but it does show the hand of control, right? So we're going to immediately see shield batteries go down here. Yeah, he's going to go for the Oracle response. I think 2 shield batteries. He might start another unit first. He's going to go Sentry, interestingly. I don't know about the Sentry, because that means you can't afford the second Oracle. I think that Sentry is a terrible mistake. I think he needs another pylon here as well, or he'll be supply blocked. Pylon there or there. Ooh, he's got to pull that Stalker back. Yeah, notice how he's both supply blocked, that pylon's not ready, and he only gets 1 Oracle out because, oh, fuck. No, he's fucked. He's dead. He's dead. Ah, pull the probes, the shield battery. Oh, the shield battery saves the Stalker. The Oracle gets some of the heals. Is it going to beat them? Oh my god, the Oracle wins. The Oracle wins. The Marines are gone. Now it's just 2 Marauders. And they're bruised. Heavily bruised Marauders. Oh, nice control by Rob. So he holds on. He's fine. He didn't lose any probes. Drops the 3rd Nexus Arcade. It's game over. Cool. A single Oracle and a Stalker with a shield battery apparently defend that. Yeah, I don't like that push at all. I think that's trash. Unless you're playing Cyber Forest, where it's a tiny rush distance map. I would have liked it if the second barracks was like hidden out on the map and like you started the fight a bit earlier or something somehow. I'm not a fan though. Yeah, not a fan of this build. Obviously, it's easy to criticize when it doesn't work, but I mean, it feels like, yeah, this is not good enough for a 90% PvT player. I mean, Rob here is actually just playing textbook defensive PvT. Yeah, he's more of a weird aggressive player with how he's finishing. But he's doing textbook scouting and defensive moves. So, I mean, this is just good play by Rob, guys. I am very impressed. I am very, very, very impressed. What was really cool as well with the Oracle is he focused the Marines, and the Marines pulled away from the shield battery, but he pulled back with the Oracle into shield battery range, finished off the 1 Marine that was close enough, and then chased them down. So if he'd just A-moved the Oracle, it would have died. But yeah, what a shitty push. I do feel like he should have kept committing with the Marauders to try and pick off some probes, but I guess another Oracle you'd be expecting to come out. And yeah, Control don't got much going here now. Big advantage for Rob. Phoenix gonna start picking off Marines. Rob's really good at this matchup, guys. Like, you know how Roddy's a PvP specialist? You can kind of see that Rob here, he's got so many different strategies. He can play all the different tech trees. Like, you can tell he just kind of understands this matchup very well. Cool to see. Very cool to see. Yeah. Woof. Colossus will be on the way soon as well. Phoenix just being dicks. Oh, really? You're gonna... No, you're gonna... Come on, dude. Yeah. I mean, Control knows he's dead. He's like this desperate ability. He's trying to get out of there before he gets tagged. Now he's tagged. And he's like, well, I just have to sit at home. There's nothing he can do. This is... And look at this. Rob's like, I've got a Stalker and 2 Sentries. You've got to, like, respect it. You don't know what's out there. So Control's like, oh, I'll just sit back. And then it's like 8 gateways are going to finish. +1. Charge. Thermalance. Oh, no. What does 90% mean? It's his ladder win percentage. Rob has a 90% win percentage on ladder. In this matchup. Which is insane. Even if it's NA ladder and you're a really good player like Rob, that's still insane. Now, I know some people are very intelligent. A lot of you guys are professors, you're mathematicians, you're, I don't know, finance people who juggle numbers and make money trading things. But some of you are also simpletons like me. So just to put 90% in perspective, that means, and don't be offended, geniuses, it's not for you guys, it's for the rest of the simpletons like me. 90% means he wins 9 out of 10 matches. It's pretty impressive, guys. Do you know how hard it is to win 9 matches, lose 1, and then win another 9? That's insane. It's fucking tough. It's fucking tough. I'm a man of the people, okay? I gotta put it in terms people understand. Let's be real. Let's be real. Most humans don't understand statistics at all. Like, at all. Right? Most of us are really stupid with statistics. Like, really stupid. I know, because I'm one of us. Oracle comes in, zaps 2 drilly boys, gets out of there, and forces a stim out of everything, but plenty of medevac energy, so no big deal. So what we're watching, guys, is a drawn out and dramatized death of a Terran. So just a heads up for anyone out there, there is a thing called idroing out of a game, you know? I would say in this matchup especially, if you like just fall massively behind and you're just like sitting there and your opponent's like doing everything right, like I would, upon seeing this with Deliberate, I would just leave as control. Even if this was a show match, I might do that. Just to preserve my sanity. Because all I'm doing by staying in the game is having a slow death, right? I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be the fucking Black Knight and Monty Python. And like, it's not just a flesh wound. I am literally hopping around on a stump. It's okay to idra out of this game, man. It is okay. Like, look at this like desperate 4 medevac drop. He's like, maybe I'll catch him. It's like he's got recall, 3 Phoenix, and all the rest. Like, yeah, it's just, I mean, he's out on the map. Maybe he botches the recall. But look at that, full medevac's gonna go down if he clicks on it. Oh, he didn't react fast enough. It's kind of engaging some units in the middle of the map. Phoenix go forward. They're gonna get some good damage. It would have been better to keep those Phoenix alive to stop the exit. You can't recall there. You can't recall there. Oh, Rob's macro's too good, guys. He used up all his chrono boost energy. Rob gets punished for macroing too well. Can't recall to his main, his natural, his third. Oh, okay, only his third base is recallable. He's gonna lose his whole main, including Storm Tech. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. This is what happens when you macro properly as a Protoss player, guys. You get punished. You get punished. He recalls some units. He's gonna go back, but he's gonna lose the second forge. He will get Warp Prism speed, just barely finished. He'll still win the game. Oh! Decent disruptor shot. And yeah, if you pick up, oh, where's the blink? Where's the blink? Oh, he didn't get the full medevacs. He clicked the wrong ones. Didn't know which ones they'd picked up into. That's funny. So yeah, okay. You want to leave some stalkers up there, buddy? Control's like, get the fudge out of here, man. And he's still dead. Did so much damage there due to Rob's macro being too good, but yeah. Did you guys know? He can lose 2 games and win 18 straight. That's also a 90% win rate. If Rob loses to Terran 3 games in a row, he wins the next 27 games. Think about it. Think about it. So remember, guys, this is another reason why you GG out. Don't send your workers as a human meat shield into the meat grinder. This is the most messed up thing you could do. Terran players, you're savage and disgusting. Stop it. Stop it. Just tap out. I know this is not very hype casting, guys. It's because there is a literal 0% chance of this attack working. How many gateways has he got? He's got only 3? Oh, actually his production's not there. That's kind of hilarious. He's got 9 more gateways that are about to finish. He's warping in 2 stalkers right now. The fight's closer than I thought it would be. The disruptor shot though. Gets 2 marauders. Shield batteries are a good unit. Rob's a god. Rob is a god. Rob is a god. Rob's a god. Didn't scout it until his stalker went in and died. The attack came completely straight away. I'm not a fan of that push. I think it's much better to do a build that kind of looks like that. but to be proxying a second barracks and going like double tech lab marauder or something. I feel like I like the really early proxy marauder bunker pushes. I think they're amazing. Obviously, if you get scouted early, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Something Control was wary of. Unlucky for him. Rob didn't scout that game. He had a really, really smooth economic opening and punched some face. Is Rob from Canada? I think he's American, isn't he? Chat wants to know. GG, well played. Bad luck, Protoss, Imba. I say to Control. He said, thank you, cast. We're going to ask Rob not just what country, but also what city he's from. Rob's a beast, though, dude. He's a beast. Did you guys know if Rob is a loss streak of 10 games, then he wins the next 90 games? That's how a 90% win rate works. Philadelphia. Oh, shit. Yeah, of course. GG's, man. Well played. You're disgusting. The Thunderbird game, after your Adept got in, I'm telling him, dude, I was rolling on the floor laughing, dude. You got a fourth Nexus. Whilst cucking with Blink Charge drop, like that was actually disgusting. That was he says being that greedy as Terran isn't good, lol. I think it's really good. First Blink. Blink if they don't get Hallucinate or Fast Obs. But if you let the Adept in, it's the literal worst thing ever. He says, I went 1 gate 3 Nexus versus him without even knowing he went 3 CC. Then I found the 3rd CC and dropped a 4th. I'm like, I actually think it's really good versus Blink if the Observer or the Hallucination's delayed. But yeah, if you let the Adept in, it's like you're just dead. Like a good Protoss player knows how to shut that down. He says, yeah, that's one thing you should never do. I agree with you. If the Protoss isn't getting early scouting, it's actually really nice. But if you let the Adept in, like, no. Sick play though, man. You remind me of Hero a bit. Good stalker usage. Lots of upgrades, lots of attacking and micro rather than upgrades and fast splash. But still great expansion rate. And probe count. It's pretty cool, man. Nice. GG's, dude. That was really cool. Control's playing at an internet cafe. Oh, hats off to Control for fighting hard, guys. I like that he had weird different openings, and I reckon I would have lost 0-3 to all those builds just because the timings were so different to anything I have experience with. I'd be like, oh, he's doing this, so if I do this, like I should be ready. And I feel like the Reapers would come in and they'd overwhelm me a bit too, or they'd like run behind my mineral line because I wouldn't have the wall off, or like the stim timings would get me just slightly unprepared. I feel like I'd be just disrupted by the weird timings. But yeah, apparently he's like, he controls like 6K or something crazy, like on career. He's like actually a really good player. I'm just not sure, sure what's going on with Protoss being Imba. But Rob clearly makes Protoss look Imba. Like he just knows that matchup like the back of his hand, man. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. We've had a few new Patreons hop on. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys know who you are. Much love, everybody. Patreon info is down below the YouTube video. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more series soon.